What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV. And this ain't no segment or nothing like that. I just wanted to have my final thoughts on Candiace and Monique before we get into the final part of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I just wanted to put that out there because I had like a moment of clarity, I guess, the other night. And even though I posted it on my community wall already, I wanted to let you guys hear me say what I gotta say. So the thing of it is, the other night I was on one of those fan pages. You know, it was probably Peach Report Daily probably, and they were talking about Potomac. I think they was posting a clip of Karen and Robin going back and forth, and I think Candiace had commented and she laughed at it, and then when she laughed at it, I see like 90 replies, and they're all like straight dragging the living fuck out of her, like straight dragging her from top to bottom, from top to bottom, from top to bottom. And she didn't even say nothing inflammatory. She didn't say anything out of the way. All she did was say, "This is a mess," and started laughing, because to be honest, that's all you can say when you looked at that clip that she was laughing at. So I was looking at that, and it just took me back to, you know, all the things that's been happening this entire season with me and other bloggers and the fans and things of that nature. You know, people would always say, Candiace gets attacked for anything. They've been dragging her all over social media about anything. And I never said that she wasn't dragged. All I could go by is what I've seen. And the people that I follow, they drag the hell out of Monique. Every day Monique is dragged. I don't give a damn what message board I visit or what. She is drugged all the way. And I've always seen Candiace get a whole lot of love from my vantage point. That's what I saw. But when I read that shit, I'm like, well, damn, like, okay. And then I just decided to go on Twitter too, and then she, you know, I'll just, you know, mosey on, because I do follow Candiace on Twitter, because at one point she was one, I did really like her when she first came on the show. So I was going on her Twitter, and I'm just looking at some of her tweets, and she tweeted some shit, and I hope you get your head bashed in again, I hope you get your ass beat again. It wouldn't even, like, those responses weren't even warranted. So it just went back to me complaining about how I've been getting attacked for the last couple of weeks, how people been saying this and that to me about my opinion and all this other stuff. But maybe 30 people coming at me ain't got shit on thousands of people probably coming at her. You know what I mean? It's not the same. But at the same time, it's kind of like this. For me, this is what annoys me, because I think that people tend to try to compare and contrast and diminish it. It's like, for me, yes, I have every right to complain about people attacking me simply because I have a difference of opinion. They're mad at me because I feel like they both played a part and both had responsibility in said fight. I still feel like that, regardless of what this epiphany is that I'm talking about. I still feel that way. So at the end of the day, they're mad at me about that, and they automatically deem me Team Monique simply because I wasn't necessarily bashing her. But at the same time, no, not once did they ever talk about how I've empathized with Candiace on several occasions when I said maybe she's hurt because that was one of her good friends that she called a sister, and that's why she's upset. Or even on my last review, I empathized with her when when I was saying at first how annoyed I was that she kept on popping off every time it was dealing with Monique. But then I went back and I talked about how I saw a school bully of mine for the first time in like 15 to 16 years, and how my attitude was similar to hers when I saw him. When I last saw him, I was 10. I didn't see him again until I was 26. So it was kind of like, you know, I understood and I sympathized with her. So then, when it comes down to me and when I talk about the stuff that I've endured with this whole little situation, people tell me, well, haters are gonna hate. You know, you need to have thicker skin. You need to do this. Why should I have thicker skin? Why am I not allowed to voice my feelings about being attacked or voice my opinions about people questioning my character and saying that I'm a colorist and that I hate black women and all this other bullshit that they've been saying about me. Why can't I do it? Because, you know, y'all want Candiace to be able to say what she's saying, but I can't do it simply because I'm a YouTube blogger and it comes with the territory. Well, she's a reality star and that comes with the territory. And I think there's a lot of thick skin to go around for both of us to have, if you ask me. You know what I mean? And to be honest, when it comes down to Candiace, I've never bashed her for crying. It's just that I was like, why are you crying? But I would say that about anyone in any situation, because truth be told, I'm not trying to police anybody's emotions. Like, if you are an emotional person, then you're an emotional person. I'm not an emotional person. I can only speak for Scotty and Scotty only. Scotty isn't emotional at all. Like, some people think I'm a fucking robot. Like, straight up. Like, I don't show my emotions to people. If I'm going through stuff, people don't even know that I'm going through stuff because I don't show it. I don't talk about it. I keep myself secluded from people when I'm dealing with things. Like, you would never know if I'm going through anything. Like, straight up, you never know. So, of course, for me as a person that's not really deeply rooted in emotion, of course, a person crying a lot is going to be questionable for me because I'm not an emotional person. But at the same time, people handle things in a certain type of way, and being that she did fight on national TV and she did have a diss song written about her, and she did have people going in on her based on what the blogs had said, because the blogs did say earlier last year that Candiace initiated the fight. The blogs did say that, because we were all under the impression that she initiated the fight. We were all under the impression. So that was the narrative, and because people were dragging her based off said narrative for over a year, that was a lot. Now, when you look at it that way, I understand. But the fact is, people were getting upset with me, but I wasn't following the social media stuff. Now, like, yeah, I follow her on Twitter, but when she pop up on my damn homepage, on my timeline, I don't look at her tweets. Like, I don't know what nobody's saying to her. Like, I don't go through looking at her mentions and all this other shit. I don't do that. Like if I see you on my timeline, unless I know you per se, that's the only time I look through your mentions, like if I see something. But other than that, I'm not going to be looking through these folks' mentions and they don't even know who the fuck I am. I only follow you because I like you, or I've liked you at some point in time. So I wasn't aware of all the social media stuff. Yeah, I've talked about it, but I had never seen it with my own two eyes. Like I said, the people that I follow on social media, they're the ones, I mean, they are dragging Monique every chance they get. But I did not see a lot of people dragging Monique. I only saw people showing, I didn't see a lot of people dragging Candiace. I only saw people showing nothing but love for Candiace. So, that's why I was confused. But when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel bad because, you know, it's like, you can't even post a picture of you smiling without a bitch reminding you that you got your ass beat, without a bitch saying this, without a bitch saying that. Like, there got to be a lot. And that's probably where the traumatic stuff comes from. Like, it's probably not just the trauma of the fight itself. It's the emotional baggage that comes with the fight. So I totally get why she's crying or why she's traumatized by the whole situation. I never understood it until I read the stuff that I saw last night, and then I'm like, oh, this just goes back to what everybody been saying already. Like, she's been dragged through the coals on social media. But again, I had never seen it with my own two. It had to take me to see it with my own two to understand why. Now, me having this epiphany doesn't change my opinion on this fight. It doesn't. That's never going to change. But I totally understand why she's feeling the way she does about this fight. It's about the fight itself, about the turmoil and the emotions and shit like that. Now I understand better. And no, this ain't in no way, shape, or form of me trying to backpedal and doing all this other stuff, because I stand firm in my word. I said what the fuck I said. But I'm man enough to check myself and sympathize with a person that I did not understand at first. I'm well equipped and I totally know how to do that. And that's the bottom line. I know how to do that. I can hold myself accountable. Some people can't, but I know how. So, you know, with that being said, y'all, I don't even think this video gonna have any edits, honestly. No edits, no theme song, no nothing. I'm just gonna give this raw footage to y'all, and it is what it is. I just decided to piggyback off my post that I put on my community wall, and I probably got a bit agitated with a couple of people in my on my community wall, but because of the fact that I've been, people been going at me this entire time, of course I'm gonna be a little bit agitated or on edge, because people been coming at me like for the last month and a half over this shit. So, you know, when people say, well, we tried, that's what we were trying to say, that's what we were trying to say, and it's like, bitch, I know what you were trying to say, but let me have my moment. Let me have my epiphany right now. I don't need you to tell me what you tried to tell me or what you've been saying. It's just the fact that I didn't see it. I don't like to speak on stuff that I've never seen or stuff that I don't know for a fact. I don't want to do that. I can only speak on the shit that's happened on the show and the things that I've seen. And that's it. And now that I've seen this, I beg your pardon. But again, as I said, I do not change my mind on the fight. I still feel like they both should be held accountable. I feel like they both played a part. They both did, and that's how I feel. But I do understand her trauma. And that's it, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. And be on the lookout for more videos. I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.